What's going on, guys? Welcome to what might be either one of the dumbest thing I've ever done or probably the most brilliant thing I've ever done, as we are starting off in last place in our EMEA account around Dragon Trail Seaside. And if you guys know Dragon Trail Seaside and how crazy this track can be, especially if you're starting anywhere behind second place, basically, you guys already know that this is going to be a very challenging race to accomplish here, as we get our 3, 2, 1 and away we go. So we cross the start finish line, head into the first chicane for the first time, as the Brit and the Spaniard are just fighting with each other very hard. Not sure why, it's only the first lap, but you can see that the Brit punts out the Spaniard and the Spaniard goes straight into the barrier, as we have another car spun out right ahead of us. So we get a 2-for-1 deal right there, as we are barely heading into the hairpin for the first time. Spot our braking point, make sure that we make our apex, and get another yellow flag up ahead as someone decides to just quit. They've had enough. Only 20 seconds into the race and they decided, you know what, this is not worth it, and just decided to leave this race. So yeah, not even 30 seconds in and we've already gained 3 positions. What kind of start can we ask for, as we are now taking a little peek onto the inside of the Brit, heading into the hairpin right here. Spotting our braking point right before the 100-meter board. We make sure that we cover our position here going into the corner, and there we go, guys, up to P12 as we head into the chicane of death for the very first time. So it's a little bit worrying here, it's a little nerve-wracking always going into the chicane of death for the first time, especially because you have already a lot of deaths before even reaching the corner, and you can see a pack up ahead fighting really hard with each other. So I was expecting for at least one of them to die, but for some odd reason, actually miraculously, nobody really dies right there into that corner. So we weren't able to really capitalize on anything, but off of the final corner we were able to get a good run on the Portuguese in 12, and we were able to get a good exit, make the overtake on the outside, and we now find ourselves in P11 right behind the Brit. So into lap number 2 now, as we head into the chicane once again. You see that the Brit gets a really bad middle part of the corner, and he runs very wide off of the first part of the chicane, heads straight into the sand, and we were able to get right around him and find ourselves into the top 10 here. But heading into this corner, someone decided to put a wall in front of us, and we smashed right into it. And due to that stupid mistake right there, we lose 3 positions. Not sure who put that wall in front of me, but someone was playing tricks on me, because there was no wall there the lap prior, and just so happened that this lap there's someone that put a wall right there, and now we find ourselves back in 13th position. So all that hard work that we did on that first lap, all those positions we gained, we basically lost it in a span of 1 second, probably. I think that's the best way I could say it, but definitely gonna have to talk to the stewards after this race and determine who decided to put a wall right there into the corner. So definitely ruined our race here, but still not over. 2.5 laps still left in this race as we head back into this terrifying chicane. And going into the corner, you can see that we were able to get around a dead Supra that was just laying on the left-hand side. But not only that, we get a really great run on the Castro car on the left-hand side, and we were able to make the overtake right before the final corner, and we almost find ourselves back into the 10th place position. So whoever put that wall in front of me and caused me to lose that 3 position, it didn't work out for you, sir. No, it did not, as we are now up into P11 with just 2 laps to go left in the race. So we're just following here, the Portuguese and the Brit right ahead of us. We are heading back into chicane, and usually never works out when 2 cars go side by side into that corner, but somehow they were able to settle their differences and somehow make it through, as the Spaniard up ahead is coming back onto the track very slowly, holds us up right here as the Portuguese almost ran into the back of him, and we get a really bad exit out of the corner, as again just that dreaded corner has not been kind to us, and we lose a ton of time coming off of that corner. And now we find ourselves almost a second behind these guys, but head into the S's. They decide to just go for a battle royale right here, as all 3 of them were just beating and banging with each other heading into the S's. Not a good strategy to go into the S's with. You want to go into their single file, but you can see it costed the Brit a ton of time, and we were able to get around him here, as we were able to sneak it onto the inside. He goes for a cutback. You can see him on the radar right there, but just was not able to get a good enough run on the exit, and we were able to secure our 10th place position. So back into the top 10, we get a great exit compared to the Portuguese, and we shift our way into the inside, side by side into the final corner, making sure that we break a lot later than him. We do, and we almost lose it there as we have a spinning Italian on the exit of this final corner, and we find ourselves getting another position as we now spot the Spanish right ahead of us. Can we get around him here and hopefully catch up to that Brit in 6th place and finish this race in peace, Steve? So we'll see what happens here with 1 lap to go. We shift onto the inside, heading into the chicane. Once again, we go side by side. We make a tad bit of contact, but just was unable to complete the move as we get right onto his bumper. Unfortunately, we were unable to go for the cut back there, and we have to settle right behind him for a bit and just wait for another overtaking opportunity as we head back into the hairpin for the final time. Luckily, this time we were able to navigate through it nice and easy without hitting the barrier and without losing the rear end. And we are all over the Spaniard right now as we head back into the S's. And we just run it, you know, as calmly as we could. We didn't want to go side by side into here because that can easily lead to some trouble, as we could have got pushed off onto the grass or into the dirt, and that would have been disastrous for us, especially all positions we gained. But into this hairpin once again, we sneak onto the inside with the Spaniard just covers or closes the door on the apex, and we kind of had nowhere to go except just fall back and try to regain ourselves and regroup everything. But into the chicane of death for the final time, the Spaniard gets a really bad exit off of the corner. We were able to just sneak it in between him and the barrier, and we are now up into P7, but just took a tad bit too long to get around him now, as the 6th place driver of the real Osman was able to just pull away from both of us. And coming off the final corner, even with all those mistakes, with having someone place a barrier right ahead of us and us getting a really bad exit and costing us time, we were able to come home in 7th place after starting in 16th. So we passed more than half of the grid, and we were able to find ourselves in 7th place. So we're going to try this one more time and see if we can come home with a better finish. Now, as we jump into our second race, once again, we are doing this challenge, but lucky for us, we are not going to be starting off in last place, as it looks like one person got disconnected. And on top of that, GT Sport decided to be nice to us and start us off in 14th place instead of the dreaded 15th place. And you can see here, heading into the first chicane, we get a little peek onto the inside by the Brit right behind us, but he just backs out of the move there as we're just waiting for some chaos to happen, just like the first race. You can see that a lot of beating and banging is going on as someone goes a tad bit wide, hits the grass, and we gain a ton of time on this pack right ahead. And luckily we were able to just woe it down, not run into the back of anybody, and hopefully here now we can just make up some positions. We just have to be very, very patient, spot some openings, and if we can go for it, we'll go for it and send it. But into the S's, we just stay right behind the Brit, as we're just going to see if we can get a good run on the exit right here, as we do. And we switch over to the left and to the right, trying to see if we can get around him in any which way as we head into the hairpin once again. Spotting our braking point, make sure that we don't brake too late and accidentally take someone out ahead of us. We follow right along back here, head back into single file. Don't want to go double file into this set of corners. And we just follow around right here, see what happens as we make a little bit of contact with the Brit. The Brit makes contact with the Portuguese coming out of the corner. He goes slamming to the wall as there's a ton of cars there. Just got a very, very bad exit. And we're able to gain 3 positions, almost 4 positions. Actually, we do gain 4 positions as we just sneak it onto the inside of the Brit, get the overtake done, and now we are up into P10. But the move is still not over yet, as we have an Italian getting back onto the track, just ghosted out of the way. So another free position there. 5 spots in literally the span of 20 seconds. I mean, you can't do anything better than that. But heading back into the chicane here on the second lap, we have the Brit taking a little peek onto the outside. We park it on the inside, heading into the first corner, and we're able to just hold him off here as we get a really bad source of wheel spin on the exit as we just clip the curb in an awkward position. But we were able to luckily manage the car and just steer it to safety, as we have now secured the 9th place position. And not only that, it's still only the second lap. We still have about 2.5 laps left, and we have P6 right up in our sights. P5 is a little bit further up the road. But if we could just get one car every single lap, then we should be able to finish this race in a better position than we did the race prior. But coming out of the chicane of death right here, we get very, very loose off the exit as the Spaniard 7th got a really, really bad exit. Decides to block the Swedish man on the inside, and we decide to go into the outside, try to get an overtake done, but the Swedish man just pushes us out of the way, and we lose a ton of time there as we get back into the slip here and see if we can go for another overtake opportunity heading into the first chicane. So lap number 3, 2 laps left into this race. The Swedish driver tries to go into the inside of the Spaniard. We're just looking around here, seeing if we can find any opening, making sure that we don't get involved in whatever they're doing. And we can see right there that they both run wide. The Swedish driver tries to get back onto the racetrack, makes contact with our right rear, and we get very, very lucky that he didn't spin us out, as we were able to now secure a 7th place position, get a 2-for-1 deal right there. And now we're going to try to run down the Spaniard of 6th place right up ahead. So into the final corner, once again, we are catching up to the Beetle every single corner, as we are now on his rear here. And all we need is just one lap here to get around him. Not sure if we're going to be able to catch up to P5 and P4 unless it's something bad truly happens to them. But at least we can come home with a P6 here. So just staying in the slipstream here as we head into the first chicane. We get a really great run compared to the Beetle. Shift onto the inside, try to outbrake him. He gives us plenty of room, and we're able to complete the overtake there off of the chicane. And now we set our sights on 5th place and 4th place and just hope and pray that something happens to both of them and we are able to capitalize it. But as we come out of the final corner right here on the final lap, just wasn't meant to be here, as we did gain a lot of time on 5th and 4th, but they were just running nice and clean laps, and we were unable to take advantage of anything. Come home in peace, Steve. And that is a great way to finish off this race in this video, because like I said, 2 races down. First race we finished off in 7th. Second one we were able to finish off in 6th, although we did start off in 14th, but still a very challenging thing to do around Dragon Trail Seaside. And I was very, very lucky. I honestly thought I was going to get involved into some type of drama or get taken out, but the worst thing that happened to us is someone placed a barrier ahead of us. So can't complain, can't complain. But hopefully you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys did, feel free to hit that like button and the subscribe button down below. And if you guys want to check me out on the Twitters, Instagram, or even on Discord, all those links are in the description down below. And since you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys did, I hope to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.